The small gloves have changed the landscape of modern Muay Thai. Some fighters struggle to adapt, but some are simply built for 4 rounds. Nico Carrillo is one of them.
World Championship, you're looking at your new bantamweight king!
The King of the North has been steamrolling opponents in one. Up until his bout with freakishly tall Nabil Anane, he looked unstoppable.
Showcasing it. Very dual chin, but sits down. Oh, right. And he rotates it. He's going in for the kill here. Let's see if he can get the finish, Johnny. The referee's ready to step in. Is he going to stop this match? And he does. Again with a catch the kick.
And after moving up a weight class, he came back even more dangerous, bulldozing former Glory Champion Sittichai in just 2 rounds.
Sittichai's wearing the damage well, showcasing a good chin, but that is not something you want to showcase.
But that drew the question, how did Carrillo move up a weight and still look like the bigger man? How is he so powerful? Let's break down the mechanics, the physiology, and the mindset that turned Nico Carrillo into power personified. What is power? In fighting, power isn't magic, it's physics. It's the ability to transfer energy through a strike fast enough to cause damage. Force, velocity, mass. The equation is simple, but the art behind it isn't. Not everybody has that killer one-punch knockout power. Speed is how fast you move. Velocity adds direction. Force is the push or pull. But power is the rate at which that energy is delivered. Carrillo is an explosive athlete. He has the speed, he has the mass. He has the timing and technique to deliver devastating blows. But like almost every modern athlete, Nico follows a structured strength and conditioning program to maximise his force output. Gone are the old school methods of fighters relying on sit-ups and push-ups. Today's elite use sophisticated training methods that develop every aspect of athleticism. And there's an art to building strength without adding so much size that it tips the scales on fight week. The size factor. Carrillo often looked massive compared to his opponents, and this is where weight cutting enters the conversation. Combat sports are built on the science of weight. 2 men might both weigh 145 pounds at the weigh-in, but one of them could re-enter the ring at 160 pounds plus. That's because of weight cutting, the strategic loss of water weight to meet a limit followed by rehydration before the fight night. Some athletes just rehydrate better than others. Some carry more lean muscle mass, which holds more water. Others simply cut smarter, controlling sodium, glycogen and sweat like scientists. By manipulating salt and fibre, fighters can shed kilos of fluid during fight week. A well-structured water load flushes out the rest. One championship uses hydration tests to attempt to control this, but as with any system, it isn't perfect. What matters most is then what happens after the scale, the refuel. This is where a good nutritionist can be worth their weight in gold. Carrillo steps into the ring bigger, stronger and more explosive than almost anyone in his division, and he knows how to use it. More mass equals more power. It also becomes harder for a smaller fighter to knock out a bigger fighter. A larger fighter often possesses greater muscle and skeletal strength, which helps absorb and dissipate the force of a blow, requiring more energy to cause the brain to slosh in the skull and lead to a knockout. Known for his work ethic and arduous training regime, Carrillo has transformed his body into a fighting machine. He naturally has the frame of a puncher, and some of this is down to genetics. He has a wide, thick back, broad shoulders, massive deltoids and a thin waist, long arms with big biceps and triceps and a strong core. All the muscles required to create force with the hands. Nico is built to punch hard. Technique. Many believe that you can either be technical or powerful, but Carrillo shows they're the same thing. True power is technique. It's the synchronization of mechanics, timing and intent. It might sound obvious that every punch is designed to hurt the opponent, but Carrillo is much more deliberate when he strikes than many. When Carrillo throws his punches, he fully commits. He is supremely confident and will walk through counterfire with the calm of a man who knows his shot will land harder. Take this step through elbow as an example. Carrillo lunges forward in an attempt to land an uppercut elbow on Sittichai. Stepping through in such a manner is a very high-risk method to close the distance. Had Sittichai countered, it would have been a car crash, with Nico sending all his weight into the blow. However, Sittichai steps back and high guards on the ropes. Carrillo, realising he has missed, makes a quick adjustment and attempts another elbow from the same side, this time landing clean. This was a testament to Sittichai's chin as he ate the shot fully. The technique was great, but it's more the conviction behind it that is so brilliant. This is Carrillo against a world-class opponent and there isn't an ounce of hesitation. He believes he will get the knockout, which is sometimes more important than the technique of the strike itself. When it comes to Carrillo's hands, he's a puncher, not a boxer. What I mean by this is a boxer throws with defence in mind. They're already thinking about the exit. Maybe it's a preemptive roll after a right hand or a step back after the jab. Carrillo's a bit different. He's offensive minded. He's punching, not boxing. He doesn't take his head off the centre line when he punches, and he's not overly worried about eating a right hand. He's not thinking about his position before the attack, he's just thinking about hurting you. Nico wants his man right in front of him in the crosshairs and he's willing to exchange. Seek and destroy, that is the mindset. His punching technique is sharp. He plants his feet, he sits down on his shots, and he distributes his weight evenly to punch with balance and power. The fundamentals are solid. When Nico lands, opponents either back up or they go down.
Showcasing a good chin, but that is not something you want to showcase.
You can hit hard and you can have perfect technique, but if you can't get close enough, it's meaningless. So how does Nico Carrillo force that shot through? Strategy. Nico is always looking for the knockout. His goal is to get within range to land his strongest weapon, his elbows and punches. His pressure is a byproduct of his intent. His ring cutting isn't the best, and he can often follow his opponents around the ring or cage as opposed to cutting them off with positional awareness in mind. Here we see Carrillo following Samapecha around before being pinged with a counter punch as he lunges into attack. He can get tunnel vision, but he's also extremely focused. Nico has a tight bond with his head coach and he listens well. He's present, aware and relentless in pursuit for finish. His fight with Nongo was proof of that. Against the former One Muay Thai champion, Carrillo was nearly finished by brutal leg kicks, hobbling around the ring, barely able to stand by the end of the first round.
Very tight shot to the Carrillo. He's doing a good job of handling off the back. Power as this match goes, low kicks are having on Carrillo here. Carrillo has switched to southpaw momentarily. Oh, that lead leg is a hot mess.
But in the corner, Nico stayed calm. No panic, just water, instruction and focus. Then he came out for round 2, barely able to put weight on the leg, and he knocked out a Muay Thai legend with a vicious elbow.
Very durable chin, but
Experience plays a huge part in that composure. With over 30 professional fights and countless junior bouts before that, pressure doesn't rattle him, and he spent a long time working with the same trainer. He grew up fighting, he understands Muay Thai. Flaws. Self-belief is paramount in combat sports, but there is a difference between confidence and overconfidence, and Nico can blur the lines. Nico has perhaps underestimated his opponent's ability to hurt him, and it cost him dearly in his fight against Nabil Anane.
super fast, and the power of a Volkswagen hitting you like 45 miles an hour.
In this bout, he showed holes in his defence, with him struggling to deal with a simple 1-2 of the taller man. There have been many instances throughout Nico's running one championship where he's abandoned some of the skills that got him to the dance.
Second right hands for Nabil Anane. Under a minute remaining in the first. Nico looks bewildered. Big shots by Anane.
Nico is a fantastically skilled Muay Thai fighter, and he has shown his ability to outskill and outpoint opponents with technical brilliance rather than brute force in the big gloves. But due to his size, strength and power, when he's in those smaller gloves, he knows he can knock anyone out at the weight if he lands. But this has caused complacency. It's the devil on his shoulder telling him to chase the finish. Carrillo's biggest weapon might be his power, but his biggest weakness is the belief that it can solve every problem. If he wants to win one's Muay Thai world title, he's going to have to go back to some of those old roots. Carrillo carries an aura of invincibility. And what's impressive is even after he's lost to Nabil Anane, he still carries that confidence.
Sittichai is wearing the damage well, showcasing a good chin, but that is not something you want to showcase. And look at Nico going to the body too with those snappy push kicks.
As always, thank you for watching the video. If you'd like to access extra breakdowns and tutorials, head over to the Pro Striking Patreon. Pro Striking appreciates you more than watching Nico Carrillo steamroll a lightweight legend.